What's up, guys? Coming to you live from day 4 after my rotator cuff surgery. So it is Thursday, and decided I needed to change it up a little bit. Being like a healthy, fit lifestyle type of person, sitting on the couch all day, laying in bed, and even though I know it's for recovery, and yes, my shoulder does hurt, and blah 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 blah. I had to move. I had to get up. I had to do something. So did what I normally do every morning since I've been on Corona house arrest. Rode the bike for about 30 minutes. Of course, I can't, ride it, normally I have to sit up, but it felt good. So I'm a little sweaty. I'm not like, having some sort of condition or something right now where I'm just like, sweating. But did ride for about a half an hour. Felt good. Found this Back to the Future TV show on Hulu. So win-win. You got Star Wars at the beginning of the week, and yes, I've been continuously binging on Star Wars all week. Not gonna lie, not shameful. Rewatched actually Solo today. Yeah, rewatched The Force Awakens because when it first came out, I really didn't like it that much. But rewatched it again today, and it was good. I enjoyed it. So coming up towards the end of the week, tomorrow being Friday, so it'd be 4 or 5 days after the surgery. I still gotta figure out how that's really gonna. I gotta figure out the timing for all that, how I want to describe that. So, if the first day would be like Tuesday, yes, the day after the surgery. So 1, 2, 3. So we're 3 days after the surgery. Anyway, so as far as updates for today and into last night, I slept okay-ish last night. I kind of had this like anxiety because before the surgery, I did all this like YouTube research. And there's like all these like different types of slings people were wearing, and oh god, I hit my head. Different types of slings people were wearing, and there was this like massive, there's like, I don't know, it looked like a giant Terminator arm, like machine gun type of thing, with a big old pillow and this like little ball to like help with like circulation that you could squeeze on the end. And so my doctor gave me just this kind of basic sling, like the same kind of one I got out of when I went to urgent care. And from that, I was like, I don't know if this is exactly right, because my shoulder was not very, mobilized during the situation throughout the week, and could like move around and stuff. And I was like, I was talking to Billy about it, and it's like, with everything that like went on, like get this surgery, and I'll do a whole video on all of that, which I actually do need to get into because it was literally the most obnoxious process because of Corona to get this surgery scheduled. So much just back and forth, and we were gonna go out to Missouri to get it done, and I was actually gonna go see my old ortho doctor out there because everything was shut down out here because of Corona. So they did a last minute change about a week ago Tuesday, and so they were like, oh yeah, surgical center's magically reopened. Can you come in on Monday? And I was like, hell yeah, of course. Like, yes, I don't want to drive across the country and get my goddamn surgery. I want to, wanted to get done out here all along because, with everything going on and people, being crazy and, think it's going to look like Mad Max going across the country because people are going to see those, Connecticut or New York plates and think we're spreading the virus across the country. Yeah, of course I want to get it done out here. Like we do what was so odd about it though, and it's all as a point, was that all along, like they told me, there's all these people that were in front of me, and so I wasn't gonna be able to get the surgery done until June, maybe July, depending on when they're gonna be able to reopen the surgery center. And so with that, I would just found it a slightly bit odd that when I told them I was gonna go to Missouri to get it done, that they put me they came back and now I'm suddenly at the top of the list. So this leads to the whole sling thing because it's just all these little things kind of add up, and plus there's already anxieties when you go through these types of surgeries anyway, or any type of surgery, or any type of kind of traumatic situation where you're a little bit on edge, and I don't know, I don't fully trust my doctor out here as much as I do this one back home. I had the one back home since I was 16 years old. So with this whole sling situation, that was just another kind of little minor flag because it didn't fit perfectly right. The doctor said when we were talking about how much work I could do. Should I take off, like, should I do short-term disability? And really did not want to do that, but could I, like, still work with, like, a computer? And he said absolutely not, because I shouldn't be, like, moving my wrist. Well, my wrist kind of, like, it can flop all over the place, in this sling. Like, I'm not just gonna sit here with my hands straight all day. Like, that's impossible. That's ridiculous. So if it's not supposed to move, then I should have a sling or some sort of immobilizer that actually keeps it immobilized. So at about 4 o'clock this morning, my shoulders started hurting, some more, because it's like moving around and stuff. And so I wide awake, sitting there Google searching different types of slings, like, and so I found something actually, like, from like one of the Boston hospital, a whole, like, kind of like a do's and don'ts checklist thing. And apparently you can move your wrist, but it's one of those things I'm gonna have to go over with them again, like, on Tuesday when I go see them. This sling, like, yes, it is okay. And actually, this giant thing, so in the previous videos I did not have this, like, wrap situation going on, and it's a compression ice wrap, which it's helped out a lot today. So I know before I said get that, like, ice box thing, the thing that, like, circulates cold water through, like, a pad, and it's like $200 and something, and, like, don't mind spending the money, but it's like a one-time use thing. So I was like, do I really need this? But after that, nerve block wore off, I was like, oh my god, why did I buy this thing? Oh my goodness, this is horrible. So fast forward to today, where I ended up putting on this, Billy actually read the instructions, and it was like, honey, we're gonna make some adjustments. And I was like, oh, so this is how it's supposed to fit and feel, and so forth. So the compression ice thing does help out a lot. It keeps the ice pack actually colder. It pumps up so that it stays firmer. It keeps the shoulder more immobilized, and that's kind of like the whole point of this. I was like, I need to keep it immobilized. So because I don't want to do this again. I don't want to get screwed up, and then come like 6 weeks, oh, we got to redo it because it tore or something stupid like that. No, I'm not doing that. This works out very well. Hopefully, I am hoping, I haven't gotten the bill yet from the doctor, so I'm hoping, like, they didn't, like, try and upcharge me, or, like, do, like, one of these, like, 80 times retail price things, just trying to make a profit off of it, because I will fight that, because that's ridiculous. Like, the sling from actually the urgent care was like $80 or something stupid, which is like, you can get it on Amazon for like $20, $30, maybe maximum. So I will be fighting that, actually, because that's a whole nother situation. And it just shows, like, kind of like along, like, with Corona and everything else, like, these cracks, like, in our medical system, and just we kind of live, like, in this, like, rose-tinted glass, like, situation. Our medical system really, like, they're very hard workers out there and stuff, but the way our insurance and everything works, and the way that there's really no cost controls and stuff, and to see, like, we can't even, like, survive, like, 2 months of a shutdown with this whole pandemic thing with Corona. It's like, it's a time for people to start waking up, and hopefully something good will come out of it, and we can actually improve these systems. That's a lot of ranting, I know. Painkillers, I think, do that too. So that's another thing too. I ended up going through all the painkillers, got another dose, but a lower dose, because that's one thing I do not want to deal with, like, come downs and any sort of that, but because I still do have pain, and I'm not sleeping that well yet, in order to, like, not have issues from not sleeping. Ordered up another dose of painkillers, gonna do those tonight, but it is a lower dose, so that's good, so I can start weaning off of them. And then riding the bike was really good today too, so I got, like I said earlier, a nice 30-minute ride in, and it was good. No real pain had set up. Of course, it wasn't anything like super intense, and his glasses keep slipping. It's real cute. And don't judge, this is the basement, so you can see, like, we have been actually pretty fortunate, like, during Corona, so, because we pretty much have all of our weight stuff. Oh, look, here comes Billy. He's coming downstairs. Don't say sorry, honey. Everyone wants to see you. You're so beautiful. But it has been very helpful to, like, have, like, full, like, pretty much all the weight stuff we need. And I love the gym, like none other, but with Corona still going around, I'm not going. I'll wait. I'll give it 2 weeks at least, and seeing like, you know, who starts dropping off, you know, or what's cases start, you know, spiking before I even like, you know, think about going. Even with my shoulders, I'm gonna be like, you know, possible to do any type of upper body for a little bit anyway. Anyway, that is today's update. We'll provide another one tomorrow. I'm gonna try and do the bike in the morning versus evening. It felt good actually to get back, you know, to getting something physical throughout the day versus just laying around. And yeah, like I can't wait to start doing like leg workouts, and I will be putting videos out on that as well, how to do it safe, but then also some core exercises too, since I'll have to, of course, balance, but do it safe though too, because last thing I want to do is fall, because you know, falling is what caused this whole situation in the first place. Granted, it was falling at 20 miles an hour versus, you know, just, you know, tripping. But yes, that I think will do it for today's update. Be safe, be well, and we will talk tomorrow. Over and out.